Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear? Maybe you've faced a challenge that seemed too big, a decision that felt too overwhelming, or a dream that felt too far out of reach. In those moments, fear can grip us, making us doubt ourselves and question if we're even capable of moving forward. But what if I told you that fear doesn't have to control you? What if, instead of walking in fear, you could walk with purpose, boldly, confidently, and with a clear vision of where you want to go? In today's world, fear can come from many places. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or the fear of what lies ahead. But in Islam, we are taught something far more powerful than fear: purpose. When we walk with purpose, we align ourselves with a higher goal, a greater mission, and a divine plan. And when we do this, we realize that fear has no place in our lives. But what does this really mean? It's not just about having a vague sense of direction or living with a sense of ambition. Walking with purpose means living with intention, moving forward with faith, and trusting in Allah's plan, no matter the challenges that come your way. It's about understanding that your purpose is bigger than any fear that tries to hold you back. It's about recognizing that life is a journey of purpose. Each step, each moment, is meaningful when guided by your faith in Allah and your trust in His wisdom. In this video, we're going to explore how fear can be a barrier to our true potential, how to overcome it by strengthening our faith, and how to walk every day with clarity and confidence, knowing that we are moving towards something greater. So, if you've ever felt uncertain, if you've ever been held back by fear, stick around. This one's for you. Understanding fear in Islam. Fear is something that everyone experiences. Whether we fear failure, rejection, or even the unknown, fear often holds us back from living life fully. We may feel anxious about the future, unsure about the choices we make, or overwhelmed by challenges that seem too big to tackle. But what does Islam say about fear? How should a Muslim approach fear, and how can we overcome it? In Islam, fear is not something that should dominate our lives. It is a natural emotion, but it should not control us. Instead, Islam teaches us to channel fear into something positive, to transform it into a force that motivates us to do better, to become stronger, and to trust in Allah's guidance. The Quran reminds us that fear should be directed only toward Allah. He is the only one whose power and knowledge can encompass all things, and understanding this gives us a sense of peace. O men, fear your Lord who created you from a single soul, and from it created its match, and spread many men and women from the two. Fear Allah in whose name you ask each other for your rights, and fear the violation of the rights of the womb relations. Surely Allah is watchful over you. Our primary fear should be of Allah, not of the unknown or the challenges we face in life. It's not a fear that makes us anxious, but a fear born out of respect and reverence. This kind of fear brings peace because we understand that the one we fear is also the one who is most merciful, most kind, and most forgiving. This fear leads us to trust Him completely. The fear of Allah helps us to align our hearts with His will, knowing that when we live our lives with His guidance, we are protected and supported in every step. When fear grips us, it often means that we are focusing too much on our own limitations rather than on Allah's infinite strength and mercy. Islam teaches us that no matter how difficult life becomes, we are never alone. The challenges we face are opportunities for us to grow in our faith and trust in Allah. Fear often arises when we feel vulnerable, but in reality, we are never truly vulnerable as long as we rely on Allah. Every hardship, every struggle is part of the divine plan, and we are never left without a way forward. When we turn to Him in moments of fear, we find the courage to move forward. A believer's heart is not meant to be weighed down by fear, but to be filled with confidence in the promises of Allah. Fear can paralyze us, making us hesitant and uncertain, but faith in Allah empowers us to face the world with courage, knowing that He is always with us. The fear that Islam teaches us is not about being afraid of the unknown or of life's challenges. Rather, it's a reminder to keep our hearts focused on Allah, to place our trust in Him, and to move through life with the understanding that He is the one in control of all things. When we learn to understand and manage fear, we can shift our focus from worrying about what could go wrong to preparing ourselves for what we can do right. We are reminded that every step we take in this life should be guided by purpose and faith, not by fear. With this understanding, fear becomes just another part of life, something that doesn't stop us, but instead helps us build resilience and faith in Allah's plan. The key to overcoming fear in Islam is recognizing that we are not meant to live in constant fear. We are meant to walk through life with purpose, knowing that Allah is with us every step of the way. And when we truly embrace this understanding, we no longer live in fear, but with a heart full of trust, peace, and the determination to move forward toward what Allah has planned for us. Fear will never have the final say in our lives as long as we rely on Allah, trusting Allah's plan. Life is filled with twists and turns, with moments that make us question what comes next. We often feel uncertain about the future, uncertain about the choices we make, and uncertain about how things will unfold. This uncertainty can bring about fear, worry, and hesitation. But in Islam, we are taught that we don't have to figure it all out on our own. Allah has already written our story, and He is the best of planners. One of the most comforting aspects of our faith is the trust we are encouraged to place in Allah's plan for us. We may not always understand why certain things happen, but as believers, we are taught to trust that Allah's wisdom is greater than our own. When we place our trust in Him, we find a sense of peace and purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. Allah's plan for us is always better than anything we could imagine for ourselves. The Quran makes this clear in many verses, reminding us that we are not alone, and that our lives are unfolding exactly as they are meant to. And Allah is the best of all planners. Allah is always in control. No matter how hard things seem, no matter how difficult the path, we can trust that everything is happening according to Allah's divine wisdom. The verse assures us that Allah knows what is best for us, even when we don't see the bigger picture. Trusting Allah means letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and surrendering to the fact that He is always guiding us toward what is best. The challenge, of course, is that as human beings, we are often impatient. We want to know what comes next, and we want things to happen on our own timeline. But trusting in Allah's plan requires patience. It requires the faith to accept that sometimes we don't get the answers we want right away, or things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. However, every delay and every challenge is part of a greater purpose. It's during these moments of uncertainty that we are reminded of Allah's infinite wisdom and the importance of having patience. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that our faith is tested through life's challenges. These tests are not punishments, but opportunities to grow closer to Allah, to deepen our trust in Him, and to refine our character. When things go wrong, or when we feel like we're losing control, these are the moments when we need to trust in Allah's plan the most. It's easy to trust Allah when everything is going well, but true trust is tested when we face difficulties. Every hardship we face is accompanied by ease, even if we can't see it immediately. Trusting in Allah's plan means believing that after every difficulty, there is relief. It means understanding that Allah's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our own. Trusting in Allah's plan also means letting go of the need for perfection. We are not in control of everything, and that's okay. Allah has created us with strengths and weaknesses, and it is through these very weaknesses that we learn to rely on Him. When we let go of the fear of making mistakes or failing, and instead trust in the journey that Allah has laid out for us, we can move forward with confidence and peace. When you trust in Allah's plan, you can let go of fear and uncertainty. You begin to see life through a lens of gratitude and faith, understanding that every moment is part of the bigger picture. The struggles, the setbacks, and the successes, they all play a role in the story Allah is writing for you. And while you may not always understand the why behind it, trusting in Allah allows you to embrace each moment with patience and hope. Walking with purpose means understanding that Allah's plan for us is always unfolding, and that we are never alone in our journey. His guidance, His wisdom, and His mercy are available to us at every step. So when fear creeps in, remind yourself that Allah's plan is always better than anything you could ever plan for yourself, and trust that He will guide you through whatever lies ahead. Walking with purpose. Life is full of opportunities, but too often we get caught up in the chaos of daily routines, distractions, and uncertainty. We begin to wander aimlessly, uncertain of where we're headed or why we're even on this journey in the first place. But Islam teaches us the importance of walking with purpose, of moving forward in life with intention, clarity, and a sense of direction. When we walk with purpose, we don't just pass through life, we live it to the fullest, guided by our faith and the teachings of Islam. Walking with purpose is about living each day with a clear understanding of our role in this world. It's about recognizing that every moment, every action, and every decision matters, and that we have been placed here for a higher purpose. I did not create the jinns and the human beings except for the purpose that they should worship me. Our ultimate purpose in life is to worship Allah. But worship in Islam is not just about prayer or religious rituals. It's about living a life that reflects Allah's guidance in everything we do. Whether we're at work, at school, in our families, or even in our leisure time, every action can be an act of worship if it is done with the right intention. Walking with purpose means aligning every part of our life with the values and teachings of Islam. When we walk with purpose, we are no longer driven by random desires or fleeting distractions. Instead, we are guided by our faith, by the knowledge that we are here to fulfill a higher calling. We start to ask ourselves, what does Allah want me to do at this moment? Or, how can I make this action count for the betterment of my soul and the people around me? Purposeful living brings a sense of clarity and focus that allows us to prioritize what truly matters. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get sidetracked. We chase after material goals, temporary pleasures, and the opinions of others, only to find that these things leave us feeling empty. Walking with purpose means understanding that true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with Allah's will. It means having a deeper connection to the things that matter: our faith, our families, our communities, and our character. When we walk with purpose, we also understand that we have been entrusted with great responsibility. Islam teaches us that we are stewards of the earth and that every action we take has consequences. When we live with purpose, we are aware of our responsibilities, not only toward Allah, but also toward others. Every action we take should be a reflection of the values we hold dear. Whether it's showing kindness to others, being patient in the face of adversity, or working hard to contribute positively to society, each step we take in life is an opportunity to fulfill the higher purpose Allah has set for us. Walking with purpose also means living intentionally, making choices that align with our long-term goals rather than short-term pleasures. It's easy to be distracted by the fleeting desires of this world, but a purposeful life reminds us to keep our eyes on the bigger picture. We are not here for instant gratification. We are here for eternal success. By focusing on the long-term rewards of the hereafter, we find the strength to resist temptations and stay focused on our true goals. When we walk with purpose, we find a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. We begin to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow, every setback as a lesson, and every moment as a chance to move closer to our Creator. Our purpose becomes our compass, guiding us through life's ups and downs with confidence and clarity. In moments of doubt, we can always return to our purpose, to worship Allah, to live righteously, and to contribute positively to the world around us. Walking with purpose also means embracing the journey itself. Often, we are so focused on reaching a destination that we forget to appreciate the steps we take along the way. In Islam, we are encouraged to live with gratitude, to find joy in the small moments, and to be present in the here and now. Every step we take in life is an opportunity to reflect on the blessings Allah has given us and to make the most of each moment. The key to walking with purpose is understanding that it's not just about where we're going, but how we're walking. Are we walking with faith? Are we walking with patience? Are we walking with gratitude? Every step we take, no matter how small, should be a reflection of our commitment to our purpose. And when we walk with purpose, we not only fulfill our role in this world, but we also move closer to the ultimate purpose, the pleasure of Allah. Overcoming fear with faith. Fear is a powerful emotion that can paralyze us, making us feel small, uncertain, and overwhelmed by the challenges life throws our way. Whether it's the fear of failure, fear of the future, or fear of the unknown, it's natural to feel afraid at times. But in Islam, we are taught that fear should not control us. Rather, it is faith that has the power to overcome fear. When we place our trust in Allah and rely on Him, we find the strength to face our fears and push forward no matter what obstacles lie ahead. One of the most powerful teachings of Islam is the concept of tawakkul, or trust in Allah. Tawakkul means knowing that, no matter what happens, Allah is in control, and that He will guide us through every challenge. This deep trust in Allah's wisdom and mercy helps us to overcome fear, because we understand that Allah's plan for us is always for our best, even if we don't understand it at the time. When we walk through life with faith in Allah's plan, we can face any situation with courage, because we know that He is always with us. Whoever fears Allah, He brings forth a way out for him, and provides him with what he needs from where he does not even imagine. And whoever places his trust in Allah, He is sufficient for him. Surely Allah is to accomplish His purpose. Allah has set a measure for everything. When we place our trust in Allah, He will make a way out of every difficulty. The fear that we experience in life is often rooted in the feeling that we are powerless in the face of challenges. But faith in Allah empowers us to believe that, no matter how difficult things seem, there is always a solution. Allah will provide a way forward. Fear loses its grip when we place our faith in the One who controls everything. When we rely on Allah, fear no longer has the same hold on us. Instead of being driven by worry or anxiety, we are guided by faith. We take action, knowing that whatever the outcome, we have done our best and that Allah's plan is always better than anything we could have imagined for ourselves. The fear of failure, of making mistakes, or of things not going as planned becomes less significant when we focus on doing our best for the sake of Allah, rather than on the fear of what might happen. Islam teaches us that hardships are a part of life, but they are also opportunities for growth and spiritual elevation. It's through facing challenges that we develop patience, resilience, and a deeper connection with Allah. Fear often arises because we fear pain, loss, or the unknown. But when we remember that every challenge we face is an opportunity for us to grow closer to Allah, our fear transforms into motivation. We no longer view difficulties as obstacles, but as steps on our path to becoming better versions of ourselves. As we've learned today, walking with purpose, not fear, is a path that leads us toward true fulfillment and inner peace. No matter how big the challenges may seem, when we move forward with intention and trust in Allah's plan, fear loses its power over us. Remember, every step you take with purpose is a step toward a better, more meaningful life, a life guided by faith, resilience, and clarity. So, let this be your reminder. Walk boldly in your purpose. Trust that Allah is guiding you, and no matter what happens, He is with you every step of the way. You have everything you need within you to succeed. Keep going, and don't let fear hold you back. If this video inspired you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Dean Explorers. Your support helps us share these powerful messages with more people who need them. And as always, stay focused on your purpose and remember, you're never walking alone.